So our vertices is -1, -2, and -1, 2. Okay? Alright, now look. If this is my center, that's -1, 0, correct? Then look, aren't my vertices the same distance apart? Alright, then my foci is -1 plus or minus the square root of 7. Now what is the square root of 7? What's an estimate for the square root of 7?
2.65.
Alright, so, it's going to be negative almost 3 and positive. Alright, so here, I'm going to put my foci here and here. So it's going to be, -1 plus 2.7 and -1, negative 2.7. Alright, then the next thing is the length of the latus rectum. Alright, now, here's all we got to do. The length of the latus rectum. Here's the vertices, that's a vertex, and this is a vertex, correct? Is the length of my transverse axis forward. From vertex to vertex. It is,
Yes.
right? That's all we got to do with that, is we're just checking that out. Now, the conjugate axis is 2 square roots of 3. What is the estimate for 2 square roots of 3? What is 2 times the square root of 3?
3.46.
Alright, so 3, say, a little less than 3.5, right? Alright, so, 3.5, that means that is the entire width. So what is half of it?
1.75.
Alright, so, say 1.8, almost 2. Alright, so, we're going to go center. We're going to go 1.8. I'm going to get rid of this right here. We're going to, I'm going to label everything in the end, because this is not going to be a very big one. Alright, so, 1.7. I'm going from the center. 1.7. 1.7. Then I'm going from the vertex. 1.7. 1.7. From the vertex. 1.7. 1.7. Alright, now look. There's my box. See my box? So here is, and it's imaginary, right? So that's why I'm doing the broken lines. Okay, there's my box. Alright, that means my asymptotes has got to go through these corners, through the center. Through these corners, through the center. Which means my negative slope asymptote, my positive slope asymptote has got to intersect right here in the center. Okay? So, the equation of the asymptotes. It's 2 square roots of 3 over 3x plus 2 square roots of 3 over 3. And y equals -2 square roots of 3 over 3x minus 2 square roots of 3 over 3. Right? So, let's figure out what our y-intercepts are. Our y-intercept. What is 2 square roots of 3 over 3? Estimate. What is 2 square roots of 3 over 3? Estimated.
It says 1.15.
Alright, so say 1.2. Right? And because we're having to estimate, we know where we're going to start. Alright, if we do 1.2, it's going to be right here. That's my y-intercept on the positive side. Right? Now, 2 square roots of 3 over 3. Alright, now here's what we need to do. 2 square roots of 3 is what part of our slope?
The minus
is the rise, okay? So we've already had that, and that's going to be 3.5, right? 2 square roots of 3 is 3.5. All right, so that means we got to rise from this point, 1, 2, 3, 0.5, and then we're going to run. This is a positive, so we're going to run 1, 2, 3, right? All right, let's look at it again. If this is my y-intercept, I'm going to rise 1, 2, 3, oops, 1, 2, 3, 0.5, right?
It's 1.5.
Isn't that other point you're writing yourself?
This point right here. Oh, excuse me. You're right. What am I doing? Did I do it from there to begin with? No, I did. I did it from the y-intercept, didn't I?
Yes, ma'am.
I did it. All right, so that would be 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh, but I didn't write this. This one's not right. All right, let's start over. Here is my y-intercept, right? So I'm going to rise just 3, and then I'm going to take care of the 0.5. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3. 0.5 is going to be like up here, right? Because 0.2, 0.5 would be 0.7, right? 0.2, 0.5 is 0.7. Katie's got me. She's following, right? Then I got to run 3. 1, 2, 3. See, this is where it gets tricky when we have square roots, okay? All right? So, I'm going to leave that one. I'm going to do this. I'm going to come down 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I got to do 0.5, right? So, if I do 0.5, where am I going to go?
Should next line.
And it's going to be up on the top this time, right? And then I got to run 1, 2, 3. All right, now let's line that up. Oh, look at that. Look at that. What is it going through? It's going exactly where it needs to go. Right? So there's my positive asymptote. And I'm going to go ahead and label it because it's, you know, it's off out of the way, right? So this is going to be y equals 2 square roots of 3 over 3x plus 2 square roots of 3 over 3. Correct? All right, now let's do the negative side. And let's see if we're so lucky with the negative side. All right, so negative, all right, what is my, it's going to be negative 1.2, right, would be my y-intercept, correct? All right, so if this is positive, here's my negative 1.2, all right? So again, I've got to rise 3.5, and I got to run 3. Why am I rising 3.5? Because 2 square roots of 3 is my rise, correct? All right, so if I rise from here, 1, 2, 3, then I got to do a half, right? Then I'm going to run 1, 2, 3 in the negative direction, right? All right, again, from here, I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, and then 0.5 is going to be where? Just above here, right? Then I'm going to run 1, 2, 3, right here. All right, that's enough points where I can draw my negative. Ah, look at that. Why do you think I'm exaggerating these imaginary lines? Because I've got to do my hyperbolas also, right? So now I'm going to label this. Y equals negative 2 square roots of 3 over 3 plus 2, excuse me, not plus, minus on the negative, right? Minus 2 square roots of 3 over 3. Alright, now all I need to do is do what? Draw, construct my hyperbolas. Now, this is my vertex right here, correct? The dot on my box is my vertex. Now, I don't want, you cannot dip down into that box, okay? It's going to hug that box and hug those asymptotes without dipping down, okay? So here we go. It's supposed to look like a parabola, isn't it? Of course, it got a little crazy right there. Okay? Now all we need to do is do what? Is label everything. Correct? Alright? So, and I'm not, we're not worried about the box because I can check it. We're worried about the vertex, or the vertices, the center, and the foci, and the equation of the asymptotes, which we've already grabbed. Alright, my center was what? -1, 0, right? One vertex was -1, -2. The other vertex was -1, 2. My foci was -1, negative square root of 7, correct? And -1 square root of 7. Alright, then all I need now is what? My standard form, which is y squared over 4 minus x plus 1 squared over 3 equals 1. And see, the direction is vertical, correct? That's why, label everything afterwards so that you're not graphing over it now.
Okay, so you label both lines.
The asymptotes, label the asymptotes, label the center, label the vertices, label the foci, and also write your standard form. Alright, questions? This one was one of the harder ones. Why? Because we had to deal with those square roots, right? And you'll have to deal with some square roots, but then some of them will be real nice to you. You'll have, a normal slope. And remember, your slope is always rise over run. Okay? Rise over run. So if you're